Hi, my name is George, and today I'm going to explore some of the capabilities of my Winsor Newton Watercolor Cotman series of 8 metallics. So, this was originally done about a week ago, and it's had plenty of time to dry, and I want to go over a couple of things, like I said, as an experiment. First thing I want to do is check and see how receptive the paint is with the watercolor more or less completely dry. Good. And this is a number 5. And let's go in with a 3. Good. Basically, what I'm doing is scallops. So yes, it responds well to the ink. This was earlier, shortly after I painted in the blend with these watercolors, and the paper was pretty much too damp, so the feathering is from that. Let's see if it's better now. Yeah, okay, I like it. So as I was saying, if you want to have like a lot of deep gold, my recommendation is to ink around where you want the gold to be. So, example, and let it dry completely. While I let that dry, let's see. I'm going to use my Inktense pencil, and it's going to be charcoal gray, so 2100, And this is in lieu of a regular pencil, because when I do a regular pencil, I don't like the shine that I get when I burn it. So okay, so that's the ink tints, because what I'm going to do is use watercolor in the form of watercolor or watercolor pencil, and we're going to basically test to see how the various metallics will work against or on top of different colors. And I like the ink tints because when it's dry, it won't smear. And let's go with deep indigo, which is 1100. And try to have less ink tints on my paper. And let's go with the charcoal gray again. Again, kind of controlling it a little bit more. A little bit much, but that's okay. Let's go with the indigo here. I've already spritzed it with a bit of water, and I'm going to get my brush, a different one, maybe a little thicker, number 4, Princeton, and wet it a little bit. And let's go with and maybe a little bit of purple. Good. Let that dry. And let's go with a bit more water on my brush. And let's go with orange and a little bit of red. Not much, because you don't need a lot of red for a punch. Okay. Go in again with water. And if you go over some areas of the ink tints that hadn't been completely activated, don't worry, it will be fine, because a bit more activation is fine. And so, yellow. I'm just trying to figure out contrasting and another list colors that will show the capable a bit more, because we have 8 colors here. I'm thinking I should be able to hopefully test on different colors to give me and you an idea of how it works, how they work. A little bit more water for this area here, and I'm going to try incorporating two of my favorite color combination, which is yellow ochre and blue. So it's a lot of blue. So that's the first part. And now to let it dry, and I will be back. I'm going to go in with the gold to show you how applying it over white, since the ink is already pretty dry. Now, my area in Chicago is kind of humid today, so my drying time is a little bit wonky, but that's okay. Let's go with the iridescent blue first. And on the purple area, and so let's go with circles for that. So as you can tell, the iridescent blue looks different on all four swatches. And like other metallic paints, you may need to go over with more than one layer. But that's normal on any brand of metallics. Let's try the gold. Oops, forgot that one. much more of a contrast than I was expecting, which is good. My camera is giving me a problem, so let's rearrange my palette so my phone doesn't go crazy. Good, I like that. And of course, some purely hues. Good, I like it. It's good. Now I expect that the gold top the blue is going to be good. Maybe another layer on that. And let's not forget this one. So this is the bronze. And I think it's going to be okay on all of them, but we'll see. Okay. Good, I like that. In fact, the bronze may be better off on the blue. So a bit of squares. And I want to check how the gold in another layer here. Okay. Still not in your face, which is good. Kind of subtle. Now this is red copper, and I think it's going to augment because it has a more warm tone to it. But again, this is probably going to need 2 layers. Depending upon the color that you paint it on. That's good. Again, with the blue, now granted, you probably are not going to do this kind of experiment. But if you do, you're good to go. How do you like? I like the warmer colors. I'm not sure how these are going to go. So let's go with the silver. So not a lot of coverage, which is to be expected on the blue. But better here. And this is kind of like the iridescent blue. It's good. I like it. Again, it's subtle. You can always apply more layers, like I said. And I think yeah, it's good. So let's go with the silver on top of green. Kind of the same way with the blue, but if you do a little bit darker green, how's that work? Better. Of running out of places to test. And this one is pewter, which I like. We'll see how it reacts. Good, I like. And this is a top of green. And yellow. That's good. And this is iridescent black. As you know, I don't really go into using a lot of black instead of mixing my black, but we'll see. Okay. It certainly is dark, which is good. I like that. Don't get me wrong, so I'm still not convinced on using a lot of black other than the ink of my pens. Good. And, whoops. Now the final one is my iridescent white. I don't really have a huge amount of confidence in this one because it's basically this, the silver, but maybe a little more white. I mean, you can still see it, but not as readily apparent with some of the other colors. And of course, depending upon the color you're going over, will depend on the overall effectiveness of the iridescent white. But it's good over black. I'm surprised at how well these work on the various colored backgrounds. I thought it would be a little bit less impressive, but I'm pretty impressed. So yes, I will add these to my favorite art supplies. I may not use them all the time, but I like it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.